Lily has the most amazing story, so it's a true privilege for me to be able to introduce her. She's a Chinese immigrant mother who sees Common Core like the communist core that she had in China. She's an entrepreneur, a libertarian activist, and a passionate speaker, and an advocate for parental rights. She's a formal libertarian candidate for Colorado State House, and she's the state director of Our American Initiative and state chair of the Libertarian Party of Colorado. With that, please welcome freedom-loving Lily. Lily4Liberty.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
That's better, yeah. That was a very nice introduction. Thank you, Representative Reinbold, and you are a freedom fighter I admire here in Alaska. And thank you, Lora, for making generous donations to buy me an air ticket to fly here. Otherwise, I'll be calling in, will be a lot more worried than I'm here now in front of your face. So how many of you have you been to China? People should talk to China before. We got a few people. How many of you speak a little bit Mandarin? Wow, in Alaska, 你好. So anyway, I came over to this country when I was about 24 years old. I want to show you where I was born. See the Chengdu here, which is the capital city of Sichuan province, right next to Tibet, which is automatic. It's called like a region, but it's still that with mountain areas and all that. So I am actually from a mountain state. Now you know why I live in Colorado. I just love mountains, And Nebraska might be a little bit too boring for me. I love Alaska too. And what? Oh, hold on. So we'll show you where Shanghai is. From Chengdu to Shanghai, that's where I went to law school when I was 17. Law school in China is like a 4 years college degree. So that, but we were so poor, I only could afford a hard seat. So hard seat is like you sit on your butt for 3 days and the train to go to Shanghai, but I didn't care. I was so excited. I was 17. First time ever left my home state. So, that's how I traveled along. It's kind of like, I guess, from Texas all the way to, Washington, D.C. or something like that. We run into big flooding, so we had to detour our train. We stayed in hotel one night. So by the time I got there, I was really pooped. It's like with my mountain steak and hot pepper sauce I carried from Sichuan. By the way, if you've never been to Sichuan, that's where spicy food you eat in a Chinese restaurant. And you probably don't know, Sichuan people have a reputation. We are the first one to rebel, last one to submit. Now you know where Nigeria is from. So when you go to Sichuan, just be nice. Don't get into fight, okay? You can tell by looking at my father, he was one of those guys, a fierce fighter. He fought with communist bosses all the time. My mom is not so healthy, and so here's me on a horse. Probably we were so poor we could not afford to take regular pictures. So once in a while we would go to a government-run little studio. By the way, there was no private ownership or any source. We were a communist country. Of course, I did not know that when I was growing up, because Mao and party told us actually 2/3 of the world population were starving to death. We should be very grateful. We just had some rice to eat. So be thankful, So we would go to the studio in the government-run place to take this picture. And this is my aunt. She loved us so much, she insists to be in the picture. And my dad's story is very interesting. His father had some land. So under Mao, landowners are all classified as black class. And you'll be criticized. You might even wear some flag and go out the street, people will throw rocks at you. But his father died of some mysterious disease. In order to treat his disease, he had to sell his land. So family become very poor. And his mother, after his death, my father's mother, my real grandmother, had to work in the multiple jobs to raise 6 children. And she died when my father was 5. So my father and his siblings all become orphans. at a very early age. My dad never went to one day to school because he was adopted by his uncle to work on the farm since age of 5 to feed himself. He's a very smart man, had lots of courage, but he never went to one day school. So when the Communist Party recruited him to go to state factory to work, because he's a very muscular, strong man, they recruited him. They gave him a promotion, sent him to workers' university. Oh, he hated it because he said he come home, asked me to help his math homework. I was in elementary school. He said, sorry, I'm illiterate, cannot read, do my homework. And later he quit. He said, I cannot do it. I need to be a floor supervisor. So he got promoted to be blue-collar supervisor on the floor for state factory. So he didn't have to do all the studies and stuff. But he fought with his bosses all the time because he just cannot be dominated by authority, even though he's a very hard-working person. And this is my family. Very quickly introduce to you. I'm the oldest of the 3 children. This is my cousin, 6. So this is brother, only 17 months younger than me. And this is my baby brother. My baby brother just came over to live with us in Colorado as a legal immigrant from China. He and his wife and his son, after waiting for 13 years, followed the rule of law to come to this country legally. And they're learning English now, are working in fast food chain restaurants at the minimum wage. But they didn't care. They wanted to pursue their American dream for their son's sake. Their son is 13 years old, middle school student. If he had to go through Chinese education system, he would be having 12 hours a day school right now and 3 hours homework. He did not have time to do anything else. Now he's so happy. Now we'll be in the United States. And I told him, well, let's find the common core. Otherwise, you will be just subject to the same thing, subject in China. So he wanted to testify with me in Colorado. I was so proud of him. And this is my uncle. He's another influential person in my life because when he was 17, as the Red Guard generation used by Mao to purchase political enemies, then his generation told by Mao, go to countryside, learn from peasants, shut down all schools. He never graduated from high school. He was in the border of Burma for about 10 years. Wasted 10 years in the countryside without education, without any job skills, and came back like 27 years old, got into a state factory job. So his generation has tons of sad stories to tell. And they were used by the party, then they were also silenced by the party. That's why I tell today's college students in American universities, learn from their generation. Don't silence other people with freedom of speech because that's their right. Because by the time you are used by the left government, and you will be silenced too. By then it's too late. So back to my school. This is my elementary school class teacher. Here's me. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to learn about this button. Here's me sitting here with braids, really unhappy, look depressed because I did not like other girls wearing all the red scarf here. That's called Young Pioneer. When you have the honor to be allowed to join Young Pioneer, which is an elementary school mouse organization, it's an honor to join. It's a political correct thing to do, and you'll be very, very proud of yourself. But it was nominated by teachers. So I thought I had the best grades in the class, 100% on each subject. I should be the first one to join. I told my girlfriend that. I better be the first one to join. And she reported to my teacher. And my teacher called me into the meeting room to say, I'm going to pull you back because you are not humble. You are a little bit too confident. And in our society, it's collective society. Your individual confidence, expression are not allowed. You need to be like everybody else. You need to be humble. I told my parents I was pretty upset. They're going to do nothing to join Young Pioneer. And I was dreaming about doing that. My parents, of course, were in line with all the correctness. You treat her right. You should be humble. You should not say that to your friend. He's just too confident. You know, remember Chinese saying that the first bird flying out of the forest is the first one who gets shot. Like I need to, like everybody else. At the age of 7, I learned my lesson in a collective society. Don't be an individual. Don't be the person you were naturally born with. You don't need to conform. You don't need to hide yourself true colors. I learned that. I will never trust anybody else again. I cannot trust my friend. And during Cultural Revolution, you cannot trust your family members. Because in schools, we were required to write diary every day. A diary reviewed by teachers next day. You're supposed to report other people's speeches, behaviors not politically correct. And I supposedly confessed to Chairman Mao. I saw about something yesterday, Chairman Mao. I was totally wrong. I'm so sorry. That's how bad in my elementary school. So that's the picture. I mean, I still remember that very clearly. The lesson I will never forget. 1 year later, very happy I finally joined Young Pioneer, have a scar, red scar on my shirt. We were trying not to smile, because if you smile, you're too individualistic. I was criticized by being too happy in school. Always smile. You can see my pictures later. Sometimes I'm the only one who's smiling. They criticized me. I said, why are you so happy? I said, I don't know. Sky is blue. I feel good. I'm happy. It comes from the collective society. They want to hammer you down if you are different. You cannot be different. That's it's in all collective societies, especially in communist countries. Those are my teachers. I even don't know how I got hold of their picture. I had my secret album to collect my personal photos for sentimental reasons. After I learned my lesson, I confirmed. I learned I better keep everything secret to myself. To have an album is too sentimental, it's too capitalist. I will be criticized. So I started collecting my personal pictures in secret. Otherwise, you will never see any of those. If I just conformed and just not collect them, no album, the body would get lost. This teacher here, her title is actually called a political counselor. Their job is to make sure all the children are loyal to the party, to Chairman Mao, and doing all the collective society stuff they want you to do. And she'll be the one who consult with us if we say something not right. If we say, oh, some family member, my mom and dad told me this, not right. Okay, go to our office, report on somebody, report on your family. It's a very sick society. You cannot trust your family members. If you have seen some Cultural Revolution movies, you will know that. And this teacher, Teacher Joe is the one who taught me lesson at the age of 7. By the way, teachers had no autonomy. Teachers do not teach what the party wants them to teach. Do your job forever. And teachers give you the test they want them to give you. We have nationalized standards and nationalized curriculum and nationalized assessments. I studied 2 years just to pass 3 whole days college exam in order to achieve my dream to go to university. 3 days. Imagine you take 3 days, 8 hours a day on ACT. Your brain will be dead by then. But we had to do that, study to test for whole high school career. Anyway, this is a picture in downtown Chengdu. Mao statue, I just saw it again just last September. Mao statues are everywhere in China, and they're still in the same places. That means China has not changed much on political side. Economically, they become very wealthy with lots of wealth created. People have become more, fluent and living in nice places. But politically, it's still the same. Say this girl, my girlfriend, never had the chance to wear a red scarf. That means her family probably is classified as black family. That means cannot be trusted by the party, by Mao. Can never join in all the communist organizations. That's why I tell people, do not let government to divide you up. Divide and conquer is always the tyranny government strategy. If you people fight bitterly against each other, who is going to fight the government? They got you all wrapped up on their fingers. So I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, or Libertarian, I don't care. We all are American citizens. Don't let the government divide you up. Because now, if you really feel threatened, you lose your freedom, it's because tyranny is here. And they want you to fight against each other instead of saying it's us against you, our government, our political ruling class. So that's why I want to tell you this story that I feel so sorry for her because she's not happy. Look, nobody's left here. Mao died. Mao died 1976. We were so sad. We were truly sad, not pretending. We were crying our eyes out because after 10 years, Cultural Revolution, Mao was like a god to us. We were so indoctrinated. Every day in school, we hold a Mao's book. Chant first, okay? Long live Chiang Mao. Long live Communist Party. Then we sing a song, and then we will do our studies. So after so many years of doing that, I can really see Mao riding from a crowd talking to me. And if I cook something with fire, and all of a sudden Mao's face showed up in the fire. And they don't want us to believe any other religion. You know what? My mom, my grandma were Buddhist. But if I go to Buddha's temple to pray for my God, I will be criticized. I probably will never be allowed to join Young Pioneer. When communism is competing always with your loyalty with other religions, they want you 100% loyalty. Otherwise, you cannot survive. So anything does that to you, any other religion, like a radical Islam does that to you, I call that communism. Because if I don't believe what you want me to believe, I'm going to be killed. What kind of country, what kind of society is that? So we were so sad, but after 2 years of Mao's death, Communist Party come out to say, okay guys, guess what? Mao is a human being. Mao made a mistake. 10 years of Cultural Revolution is a mistake. Well, my generation, he was our God. What do we believe next? I was totally lost. I don't know what to believe, what to think. It was a total depression. But fortunately, after Mao's death, they reestablished all the colleges, opened up the doors again. So I have a new goal. My new goal is to go to the best university possible in China. No matter what Cultural Revolution did, education is still holds very high value in China, especially among Chinese parents. My mom graduated, actually she only had elementary school education. My dad is totally illiterate. Never read one book, never could read, because never went to school. So by the time college opened up to us, it's like, oh my God, I couldn't go to university now. I couldn't get out of the Sichuan province. Because I used to read in the libraries. We were so poor, I had to get library books out. I read the word logos. Some of them were translated to Chinese. And my dream is to travel the world. If I could get out of Chengdu, get out of Sichuan province, go to university, maybe I could have chance later to go to overseas. This is a picture after I become Red Guard. That's why you see, well, green jacket with a little, like a badge here. Anyway, under Mao, or under communist country, when you grow up, that they tell you how to dress, what color to wear, how to wear my hair. I had a dance like that, I got criticized because to look really red, revolutionary, I'm supposed to have my hair like this. No bands at all. But I'm a girl, I want to look pretty. I had a bands, I got criticized. But I could not let my hair down like this. I had to do a braids, ponytail, and if I wear really colorful shirt inside here, lots of flowers and stuff, I get criticized too. So it's like a government in your hair, in your life every day. We had the communist block committees leaving our neighborhood. Those are the neighbors, but they represent Communist Party at the grassroots level. They can come to your home any day to talk to you. Sit in your bedroom if your parents argue. They become marriage counselors. Why are you guys arguing? It's like, do you have a privacy? And cops can knock on the door, come in for any reason, anytime. I got scared when I was little. Whenever you see cops come in the uniforms, like what's going on? Are they going to take somebody away? Because people disappear all the time in China. No law, no due process. So I was really full of fear whenever they showed up. This picture got a long story. When you go to school, they start opening up a child file. The child file is secret. Document the students everything from you, how many data points, I don't know, like today, Common Core is going to track you like what, hundreds data points. But back then, we did not have computer. It's all in the paper. It's a big brown bag, probably very big, very thick. It's a secret. You cannot ever look at it, what's inside. Your parents are not allowed to look at what's inside. We have to update our school picture every semester. Like this one is go to my student file. So that when they know what you really currently look like. And this file goes with you from middle school to high school to college. And then when you try to look for work, it's shared by all employers and all government agencies, depends on what job you want to get. Follow you to death. You can never get rid of it. When I wanted to come to this country, my boss told me in law school, I was faculty law school member, said, well, you need to promise to come back after 2 or 3 years graduate school study. Otherwise, we're going to transfer your personnel file to your hometown in Chengdu. Remember how far away that is, southwest. And Chengdu is second-tier city. Shanghai is the first-tier city. If they transfer my file to Chengdu, that means I could never go back to Shanghai. I lose my job as a legal professional forever, and I will be stuck in Chengdu. And there'll be a dark shadow in my file. She never come back on time. She went to abroad on her own money. I'll be good, right? But in order to leave China, I had no choice. I had to sign this contract. If I did not sign this contract, they would not give me permission to leave. In order to apply your passport, like you have the freedom of traveling here. Your boss had to give you permission to say, we release this person. She can go apply for passport. I had to sign this contract, just bite my tongue. Once I decided to leave China, I just sealed my lips. I stopped fighting. And I just wanted to leave. So I signed the paper and got my passport. But guess what? My file today is still in my hometown, Chengdu, China. Sometimes I dream about it. It's like you've been hunted by something. I have all my family members in China too. That's why sometimes I wonder, people say, don't you feel afraid, Lily? You're outspoken. No other Chinese immigrants like you outspoken. But I have to master my fear. That's why I'm hoping Americans like, hey, you only got one government watching you, I got two. What are you afraid of, right? You seem not more brave than I am. I always think that Americans, especially Alaskans, are those kind of people. Give me liberty or give me death. Where are you guys? So I like to encourage American people, gee, you should be more brave than I am. Back to old school pictures. I want you to say this revolutionary slogans here. Stick to Karl Marxism, not revisionism. We got to be united, not divided. To be politically correct, here's me with braids. We have to always have a big red banners for class picture taking. That's just the culture. It's 100% political correctness and control. I told you, our entertainment is not like what you think about how many choices of music you can listen to today. I was born to love music, but not during Cultural Revolution. Our music is always political songs, picking operas. It's all about being politically correct. So here, we dress up. Here's me. We're all smiling here because we are showing our love. We are saying thank you to Chairman Mo and Communist Party from saving us from poverty, from misery. This is a custom for minority in the mountains called E-minority. Chinese people like me speak Mandarin called Han. We are the majority of Chinese, and we speak Mandarin. But 5% of Chinese are all scattered among 50 other minority groups. E is one of the minority. They have their language, they have their customs, they have their food style. They're a very small minority group, like Tibetan is another big group. But my hometown has lots of minorities. We were supposed to always dress up like minorities, right? To show the whole country is united. To stand to my mom. because he said China from Nationalist Party got rid of Japanese. Now we have a communist country under one name, right? Under Mao. I remember that my those girlfriends, we were practicing dancing as our entertainment, saying revolutionary songs and doing revolutionary dances. Once in a while, I hear radio playing some classical music. My heart feels so warm, so comfortable. I feel like, oh, I could cry, but I don't know what it is, just touched my heart. Because we were under oppression for so long. Here's a picture. Look, I'm smiling, right? Look at all my other classmates. In China's educational system, once the college was recovered, our students all separated to loser track and fast track. I was smart enough. I got the pass this standardized testing. I went to fast track. Now you know why I hate high-stake testing now. Because it's all about testing. And these are all smart students graduated from middle school on fast track. But I had friends who went to slow track. They were late boomers. They were mischievous boys. Some had mental issues. Nobody talked about this. They're just like, okay, you're a loser. You go to slow track. Your life is over at the age of what, 13 and 14. Common Core is going to do that to our kids here. Because it's no longer about the individual learning needs, about the individualism. It's about collective society. It's about your kids. What government wants you to become, what corporation wants you to become. Forget about your individual dream. And if your parents have those kids, if your grandparents have those kids, why are you sitting still now? This is going to happen. Those kids I never saw them again. Because I was focused on college study exams. I was focused on achieve my dream, get out of Chengdu, get out of Sichuan province. And all those students, I'm thinking 2 of them left Sichuan. Later, even though they were the fast track students, they went to like 2 or 3 colleges and stuff like that, they actually got stuck in Chengdu, probably never get out. But I was full of dreams because after this, I could choose to go to best high school in Sichuan. If you pass the standardized testing again from middle school, go to high school. There's like lots of tests. And we were first time exposed to Western culture after Mao's death. I think this is a picture that the first time I realized there's a Santa Claus. Santa Claus is so nice. He came over, gave us free presents. And I said, oh, where's Santa Claus when I was starving? Because when I grew up, my parents worked for state factory 6 days a week. And we had food coupons to buy rice, flour, sugar. It's all rationed food. No grocery stores, just some vendor in the street. Everything was rationed. I was always hungry. Even though we're thankful, we had a rice to my mouth, thank you. No black beans or rice, just plain rice. Some vegetables, if you could afford vegetables to eat with your rice, mixed with some hot sauce, so it's easier to swallow. So when Santa Claus got introduced to us, like, oh, so nice. I learned the spirit of Christmas. He gave us gifts randomly. I didn't get any. Here's me. I was amazed. Look at my eyes. I go, wow, what's going on? That's what Santa Claus did. Ho, 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 give us presents and did not expect you to give back anything. Because in China, we do give gifts to each other, but it's mutually reciprocal. If you give somebody gifts, they do not give you back, then nothing happens next time. So this is like the first time I got introduced here, and you can see the culture clash here. Students still dressed up like in uniform, PLA, because the students' education were very much connected with military in China, to be politically correct, to respect authority, respect our soldiers. And then you have a Western concept of Santa Claus. So you see the transitional change in history. See, here's my diploma. Always have your picture there. You want to know who you are at any given time. So I graduated from high school. I only had 2 years high school. And studied to pass. Basically, I had 7 subjects, I had to take 3 days full-time exams. Out of our curriculum, we were mandated to take political science. What is the political science through middle school to high school? It's called communist industrialization. Whatever they want to learn about the party history, about Chinese history, in the Communist Party's vision. This is their explanation of history. So we learned about American imperialism. We were told that we should really not like Americans. The country is imperialist, and we were told, of course, our country is the best, and everything ought to be shared. We have a communist utopian society, but I never can make the connection if it's utopian society. How come we're so starving all the time? We had one kind of detergent to buy, and we had one kind of, a coupon to use, and there's no private. I never heard of a private property concept. I never heard of a privacy concept. Those are all new to me years later. So that's why sometimes I tell people, you believe communism, socialism in this country? Are you nuts? Have you ever lived under one? I'm living history. It sucks. I hate poverty. I hate communism. I hate socialism because as an individual, I'm dead. I have no spirit left. That's why I escaped China, come here. Otherwise, I still would feel like a, different person in China. So this is one show me I graduated, and the reason I wanted to get out of Sichuan because I really wanted to see the world, see how big China is, and later come to overseas. But when China started to open up universities and we started to open up the local temples again, for some reason, I feel like I need some blessing from my Buddha. Because if I'm going to have a 3-day train ride by myself at the age of 17, now I hope I don't get criticized by those local temple to say, please, Buddha, bless my trip. I will be leaving home by myself. I just turned 17. All my family members were saying goodbye, they were crying. But actually, I feel secretly excited. First time I'm going to leave, my home state to see how big China is. I'm going to go to college, and I'm going to study law. The reason I choose law, because when I was 16, my class supervisor was very ill. As a class president, I go say hello and show respect and give a classmate's regard to him. He taught me, he said, when I was a fresh college graduate, Communist Party in the 50s asked us to give them the true feedback. How are we doing, college students? What are you really thinking? He said, we were so naive. We trust their own government. We give them true feedback. After that, everybody was sent to educational camp, doing manual labor. Because as soon as invitation of getting the feedback, your true color come out because you trust them, right? You give them truth, and they send you to labor camp. He lost his health, and he became very sick. And this teacher told me, our society is ruled by man, not by law. And I was 16 that time, so I go, rule of law sounds so beautiful. Maybe I should go to law school. I will go help transform China from society of man to society of law. Good luck, huh? Society. Very good, big dream. Here's my college dormitory. Through an entire 4 years college, we 7 girls share this little one room and double bed. We had no TV, no radio, no phone. So what do you do for fun? We play cards. And a very crowded little space, but we had fun. We were young girls, So now you know why I still love to play cards in this country. I'm a poker player anyway. And Texas Hold'em, I think. I enjoy it because I can remember cards. And in college, I become so rebellious because I was oppressed for so many years. So when Chinese soccer team won some this game, like Asian game or something, in the 80s, we found a perfect excuse to basically lash out, to celebrate, to yell, to scream. We started fire on the college campus in the university. All the students come out. We had a curfew, 10 o'clock. You got to go to bed in college campus because lights shut off. We didn't care. We were out there and the police coming, so that you should go to bed, blah, 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 blah. So after this fire, then we feel like still not enough. Then we start to organize, lined up. We marched out to the village. We were like in the middle of the little village. What we're chanting that time? We're chanting freedom, democracy. We all just want to yell, scream, because we were never allowed to yell and scream. And my roommate said, "You're nuts." She almost called the cops to report I'm missing. By like 2 o'clock in the morning, where are you? We're so worried. Thank God, I went back on time. She did not call college, security guard on me. But I remember for the first time in my life, I feel good. I heard myself scream. And here is a Chinese calligraphy picture that reminds me of a Common Core. Do not encourage our kids to learn cursive. It's the same thing. Under my communist education, they want to ban calligraphy. They don't want you to have that individual artistic, creative expression because you are just one of millions machines. You, child, belong to state. What is the use of calligraphy? What is the use? It's all from their practice side. You become government, bureaucrats, workers, or you work for corporations. What ought to do with this? What calligraphy? But I love calligraphy. When you are doing big brushes, strokes, you feel so relaxed. You can concentrate. It's just something, you feel the spirit. Color pictures now. Black and white picture time is over. I'm still smiling. But we have more smiles now. And first time ever in my life. I think his name is George. He's an American friend, an exchange student. He's a guy from East Coast. Showed me a Declaration of Independence when I was a college student. My eyes were wide open because he read to me. Even though my English is not good enough, I couldn't manage to understand those simple words. All men are created equal. It's like, what? I never heard of that. Say again, all men are created equal. We have a natural right. We have rights to pursue. Life, liberty, and happiness. It's like, wow. I went back, slick around. Because if you go to foreigners' dormitory all the time, you can't get into trouble. They want to keep them away from Chinese students. So I would slick around, would not pay attention. Boo, go to his dormitory, and he would tell me more about Constitution. Now you know why. When I had a chance to leave China, I did not go to France. I did not go to Germany. I come to this country. This country is the dream country I had that time. And look at us, we had more smile. And I remember he might be from Pennsylvania, George, that's about it. But the document showed me, it's like put some seeds in my mind, even though at that time I was still hoping to change China. Okay, here's my chance to come to change China. I become faculty member. Why? I had a boyfriend in Shanghai. I wanted to stay in Shanghai. As a girl from Chengdu, how do I stay in Shanghai? Then you have to get a Shanghai job. You have to be offered a job. There was no job market. So the department minister looked at all your graduates from first class of law school, 60 students. They arranged you a job. They gave you a job. So I tried to get a job in Shanghai. They had a 5 spot for faculty position in the same law school to teach because we were the first graduate. Cultural Revolution destroyed all schools, all law schools. They need a teacher badly. I volunteered. I said, I want to be a teacher. And so they gave me a job. And I was teaching one class, managing online campus law firm because I wanted to become a commercial lawyer. So we would consult with Chinese companies who were doing business at that time in, more business transactions. And my dean of law school and I actually went to some big companies. It was a very good experience, beginning of China's opening up. But once I become faculty member, I feel like it's like my students' life is over. My communist boss come to talk to me all the time. Say, why are you so sociable with students? You go to dancing party with them. I say, well, my students are my friends who are only 1 year, 2 years apart. I graduated from law school at the age of 27. I'm 21. 21, my students could be 20 years old and 19 years old. So we would socialize, go dancing party together on my spare time. And my communist boss in law school, in each department had communist committees. And he would tell me, you need to draw the line. You cannot do this with students. You need to act like teachers. I was under pressure. It's like, okay, I got to change my personal life. You say me, got my hair cut, got my hair perm, trying to look older, look more mature. I'm still not good enough. There is in your hair every day. And they tell me what to teach my students in my lectures. They review my lectures. They have to prove what you're going to talk in classroom. It's like, what kind of teaching is that? I have no academic freedom at all. I was becoming depressed in the first year to make my real salary first time after graduation from law school. It was not much money, $10 a month that time, if you use the exchange rate. I decided to leave China after I gave up a dream. It's like, I want to transform China. I think they're going to transform me first. They want me to be that way for all my life. I gave up. I said, I cannot do this. And at that time, luckily, Nixon visited China. They allow exchange students and scholars go to the United States, go to other countries. As I said, I had a mind set. I want to come to America. This is a country that is a free country with constitution. I will have guaranteed rights. There's no king, and there's no emperor. So I studied English very hard. I found an American sponsor who will actually lend me money to do all the work. Like you have to do testing, like TOEFL test, you have to apply for university, you have to buy an air ticket. So by the time I finally got my passport after 7 times visit to Security Bureau, get my paperwork approved, got my visa, I was $1,200 in debt. And I borrowed $100 in my pocket. Friends gave me, I put down who gave me what. And I arrived Austin Airport, like May 11th, 1988. That was so far the happiest day of my life. See, look how happy I was. And this is an Austin Airport. My sponsor picked me up and said, let's go to visit Eugene. I said, no, I'm too tired. So the whole family is waiting. And that's the first night I met my husband. And we've been married for 25 years. And 3 children later. And nobody knew me there. He was in Alaska. In his local workshop, he would normally go with me. And he was grew up in Texas. I taught him how to use chopstick. So my life just started changing the first night. It's like a destiny to be. I came to a free country. And then 1 year and a half later, actually, married. And John, he's like, of course, I did not want to marry him at first. It's like, American, Chinese. He said, well, just pretend I'm Chinese. I just have blue eyes. And thanks to him, he's the one who see me as natural born to be libertarian. Really thought communism hard. But then I was so indoctrinated. My mind was very communist when I come to this country. That's why you did not hear me in the past, right? Guess what? It took me 20 years to wake up, totally. He was patiently working with me. He said, Lily, you were so brainwashed. You were statist. And he asked me, do you know why 50 million people died in China? I said, well, they starved to death, right? Why? Because natural disasters. So who told you that? The Chinese government. I was very proud of myself. He said, no, Lily, you were lied to. Your government lied to you. Mao's central planning policy starving all those people to death. And my home state had people eating people. Guess what? Some people say the communism is best for the environment. Are you kidding me? We had no birds. We had no cats. People ate them. We even ate rats. We were that hungry that time. You don't see any animals in China. I remember how starving I was. That's why my kids today cannot waste food in my whole family household. When they were little, I said, if you have a leftover, put in the refrigerator, cover up, next day when you're hungry, that's something you eat. I would tell them, because I was a starving child, they all know that, 9 now. I was like, oh, I cannot waste food, my mom was starving in China. So anyway, when I first came to this country, if you gave me a political test, I would be statist. I gave a government solution to our problems. I just woke up 2013 completely. That's why now I'm making national waves by the Chinese immigrant from People's Republic of China. I cannot be silenced. I've been telling my story all over the country. And I did take my husband back to China to show him the Chinese school. So Chinese collective school, in middle school, you pay lots of money by parents. You get to go to middle school, you live in a dormitory because they want to get you collectively. Every day, long hours every day, study to pass college exam test. If you don't pass, lifetime opportunity, you don't go to college. It's the same. If you can be a good student, all of a sudden you screwed up one nationalized test. You don't go to college. You spend lots of money to study and to pass test. It's so arbitrary. That's why I hate this Common Core test. Because do they really measure your behavior, your success, your knowledge? No. It's all about just the government control and what they want you to know and want to learn and how you're going to apply that skills to work for government and work for corporations. And that school, and so middle school kids, look at all the rooms. It's classroom plus dormitory. But the students are happier than when I was growing up. They can smile and they wear colorful clothes and they're more life. They have more spirits because China has become more wealthy and people have money and they have good nutrition. I still wish I had a better nutrition. I could be 2 inches taller today. I stopped growing. I was like in the middle school when I was only just eating rice. Here what I say, the Common Core state standards remind me of my education. Because I saw this is a free country. Parents own their children. Children don't belong to the state. You're all supposed to be responsible. You bring your child to the world, you're responsible for them. Why are we allowing federal government to come in to tell you how to raise your children, what they should learn in school, how they should think? And they tell me, oh, it's just a state standard. It's not national curriculum. You all know it's bullshit. It's lying just like my government lied to me in my native country all my life. When God wants to do something, they always make it something wonderful. It's so good, it cannot pass up. But I'm fundamentally not going to matter how good your standard is. I hate nationalized education. Because that needs to government control 100%, and needs to nationalize curriculum and tests, and what? Data mining collection and indoctrination of your children, grandchildren. It's like I will not totally understand what Americans are allowing this to happen. If you look at my story, right? And why government association and those two private non-profit organizations are getting tons of money to own copyrights of Common Core. They make tons of money from us. All your governors sold you out for special interest money. How do you elect those governors into office every 4 years? Get them out. If they belong to governors associations support the Common Core, vote them out. Does not matter what party name is to their titles, their names. They're all progressive. They're all communists. They want to come into control. So I don't buy that. Whatever the excuse to give to me. So you can see some facts, and Dr. Mary, Burns talked a lot about that, and your representative talked a lot about that already. By the way, Common Core designers were sent to China doing research to learn from Chinese educational system. They learned what? Like Cass Sunston learned what from his research? You actually can use national curriculum in high school to shape high school graduates' political ideology. Are you kidding me? Americans and their people go to China, learn from communist China about ideology to make our children in high school become communists when they graduate? Are you out of your mind? You buy into their crap? You know, you've got to do something about that and calling them out. And of course, you all know the number now, how much, who gets what, whose money is involved. I like pure capitalism, real free market entrepreneurship. But when corporations and the big government back together, join forces together, it's all evil. So don't buy their, like the liberal friends don't understand. Oh, this is corny, this is capitalism, it's bad for people. I said, what you hate is not capitalism. What you hate is a crony capitalism, it's a corporatism. It's all special interest money want to use government power and government force into your kids' education, into your lives. Not just your kids now. Just remember, you watch every day. Watch what you see on your cell phone, what you see in your email, what you see on Facebook. I'm sure they're watching me too. But it's like, do I care? I fought communism in China. I'm not afraid of anything in this country. So here's the similarities I see. Why I'm so scared of Common Core. Why is this make me so worried? I want to warn you about dangers. Look at the similarities. Lots of other speakers, and you representative will touch lots of us. I'm so afraid of, my daughter is in high school junior. I opt out all the testing. And their counselor called me trying to talk me out of it. I gave him a 30 minutes lecture. Now after that, he said, okay, Mr. Williams, cool, you can opt out, okay, good, paperwork's done. He gave up, he got scared by me. If you believe nationalized education, just look at what Karl Marx said, okay, it was a long time ago. The education of all children from the moment that they can get along without mother's care, that is what? A year-old, should be in state institutions. Karl Marx said this. And we had home visits from our teachers. You know, they used to come into your bedroom to say, hey, make sure your kids are politically correct on all pages and find out if anything's wrong at home. Now the Department of Education wants to do home visits, wants to do community learning centers, wants to have a school from 6 to 6 or 8 to 8, doesn't matter. When do you actually have time to interact with your children, to deprogram from public school, to ask them to think critically, to challenge authorities, to be individuals they're supposed to born with? No, you won't even have time. That's why some parents are asleep. I tell them, you need to wake up, spend more time with your children, instead of the public school to babysit for you. That's the laziness of some parents who really just give up their children to the state schools. This is something that hates me. The philosophy of the school room in one generation will be the philosophy of government in the next. America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedom, it will be because we destroyed ourselves. I told you this is a free country I came here for. But think about it, if your children are indoctrinated by Common Core for K to 12, by the time they're working, they become productive citizens, and they're in charge of this country as owners. Think about what kind of children there will be, what kind of adults there will be. You will not have the same country anymore. You will not have the America I dream about. That's why I'm warning you. Every one of you should really get active immediately. Here's my call to action. Pull your kids out of the public school system if you can. Homeschool them or send to private. When you send from private school, charter school, you got to know what they're teaching. You cannot just say, oh, I talked to you guys. Some are doing Common Core. You have a parental right to refuse to take any Common Core high standard testing. I don't care how much threat you get. Oh, my kid's not going to have basketball game, school's going to punish him, blah, blah, blah. Tell them, stand firm, live like men to say, I have a right, you back off. My kid's not going to take this test. If you have to leave them in the public school, that's what you provided for, against the school who wants you to do this. And be involved with the local board race and the board elections. Write and call your legislators. That's what I did in Colorado. We're trying to repeal the park. We still have park testing. Yeah, of course, this presentation, that was before, this new bill passed before Christmas. And we did a try, we called, we faxed. Nothing helped. That's what happened to our legislative, branch. They all become puppets. Did you see the Tea Party website in the Christmas wish? They draw two big balls. They said, our Christmas wish is, please, our GOP should have some balls. What happened to the Republican controlled Congress? They gave everything liberals wanted. That's why they call it Christmas miracle. It was a miracle for them, not for us. We lost. We lost a big, big battle. But you don't want to lose a war. More actions. Now you can go out at the grassroots level to educate family members, neighbors, and friends, and to tell them to wake hell up. Do you know anything about Common Core? What I do to my neighbor, smiling? Oh no, not really. Oh, here's some brochure. Here's a bookmark. Here's my website. Call me. This is enough time to have coffee. I'll tell you about it. Have you opted your kids out of testing? You just find this piece of paper. There's so much you can do without too much time. You can either email, call, fax your legislative, representatives. Hold their feet to fire. Sometimes we do rallies in Colorado. We go to Capitol, hold the signs, waving downtown, and you can do Alaska. Maybe not in the winter, but you can dress really warm in the winter too. Let's start session next week, 2 weeks later. I think you get some hate to the staff elect. The staff member here. You got to be elected. Put pressure on them. Say, you work for me, okay? Not vice versa. You're not my masters. If you want to share my story, go to my website. My Facebook, Lily4Liberty, has almost 8,000 likes. And want you to go share from there and follow me. Whenever I post something from my own personal experience, that's when people say, look, listen to Lily. She's living history. She went through this. She warned us. You got to go listen to her videos and take my open letter to your state board meetings, to your local board meetings. Look, you want to do Common Core? There's a Chinese immigrant who grew up under Mao's regime called this communist call. Are you communist? You're doing this in our state? Are you becoming communist? Ask them that question. Okay, here's later. Read it. Tell me what you think. I want you to vote no on this bill. I want you to get us out of Common Core. Again, if you like my story, please become active. I'm warning you. I went through Mao's schools. I went through communist education. It's like a bruise on your neck every 24 hours. You are a slave. You have no freedom. But if you do not get active, you always think, oh, we're not China yet. What happened to me can happen here. I want you to go out, fight as hard as you can, and save your children and save this country. Thank you.
Go, Lily, go.
Any questions for me?
If we don't have them right now, it was so powerful you may not be able to come up with a question right now. She'll stick around, okay?